Okay, doing a quick video here on the new BETAFPV ExpressLRS PWM receivers. So I have two of them here. So the one on the left here is the 2.4 gigahertz, and they also sent me the 915 megahertz version here on the right. So obviously it comes with the much larger antennas. They also have an 868 megahertz version. I believe that's going to be more suited for like Europe or Asia regions. That's why they didn't send that one to me, but they're basically all the same, just different frequencies and different antennas here. And as you can see, they have the diversity antennas, so two antennas here. So obviously, depending on what you're going to be putting this in, you want to have optimal placement of the antennas so you have best reception. And pretty much everything else here on the outside is going to be the same on all three receivers, but here's a sort of quick look at that. 3.5 to 8.4 volts is the voltage range for input. This does do crossfire and S-bus instead of PWM. If you desire, you can go into the configuration page on the built-in web page. So if this goes into Wi-Fi mode, you connect to it, and you can, because it's running version 3.3 of ExpressLRS, you can change things like which protocol you wanted to use, as well as some other features. But basically, if you select crossfire, I think it turns channel, I think what's channel 13 and 14 into RX and TX. And then if you have S-bus, I believe only channel 14 is being used for S-bus because there's only one channel needed. The accessories that come with this are going to be the same. You have this splitter cable here. So obviously for ailerons, like on an airplane, if you want to split up your into two servos for one channel. And then you get a couple of these different connectors here. They're on the side. I'll show you that here in a second. And then you have this voltage tester cable that goes, I think it's going to go into, yeah, it's going to go into here. And it's keyed. Like this is, yeah, this slides into there. And you see this is VBAT up to 6S. And you see what you're going to pop this into, and probably some sort of a, connector where you can stick these pins into for your battery. And I think like for most LiPos, like the balance lead, this will go nicely into the balance lead, and this will report back the battery voltage through this sensor cable. The 915 megahertz version has all the same accessories and cables. Those two cables that I showed here, they go into the side over here, and they're labeled. One's for RGB for like LEDs, 5 volts ground RGB, and then you have this ground 5 volts CLSDA, and that is for future accessories. But I think something like a GPS is going to be the most likely sensor. It can also supply other sensors that require a UART, and that's what you're going to plug that into there. On this side, you have a USB-C port here for probably for just firmware updates, and of course you can do your firmware updates wirelessly as well. And we have a total of 14 channels PWM if you want to just leave it in the standard mode, so you can operate up to 14 servos. So obviously this is going to be suited for things like your RC cars, RC boats, and fixed wing aircraft like airplanes, that kind of stuff. But yeah, tons of PWM outputs here for those larger planes with a lot of servos. If you have like flaps and that kind of stuff, you're going to need extra channels for that. So it's pretty big. It's not the lightest and smallest receiver compared to some of the ones like that came out I think a couple weeks ago from Radio Master. Those are for some smaller craft, but this is going to be good for more wider variety of situations, and probably for your larger RC cars and boats and that kind of stuff, especially if you need extra channels, extra PWM channels. Anyway, just a quick video on these new receivers. Links will be down in the video description if you guys want to check them out. Got any questions, let me know. Talk to you guys in the next one.